Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back today with another episode of the Redskins Playbook tutorial money plays breakdown, chicken wings, back scratchers, all that good stuff. But welcome back to another episode. I see that you guys have still been certainly enjoying the series, and I really appreciate all the views, all the thumbs up, all the likes. Make sure if you're not subscribed, you do so by clicking that subscribe button, and you can stay up to date on this series and all my other Madden and NCAA football series that I got going on my channel. And make sure if you missed those other episodes, click that link down below in the description. So in the last episode, which it's been a while, and again I always apologize, my bad. My other series get in the way and things like that. But we're finally going to get into some shotgun passes. So all of you who like to pass a lot, let's do it. We're going to start with right at the top here, the split redskin formation, and I believe I have three different plays here for you. The first one would be the slot post, which you see is over on the right hand side. Not too much breakdown on this one. The only thing I really like to do is R1, or I guess it would be right trigger on Xbox. The tight end who's lined up in the backfield, I like to put him on a wheel route. So hot route, select R1 and do your right analog stick upwards and send him on a wheel. This usually pulls the defense over to the right-hand side. Those two linebackers in the middle sometimes get pulled to the right-hand side, which leaves Welker open on that slant. And then Moreno is kind of the safety valve. A great man beater is the angle route. So again, we just do this against random defense, and let's see what it gives us right there. We got Welker wide open, even though he dropped it. I probably could have passed that earlier, but again, he was wide open there. This time, again, no protection there, but it looked like Moreno was open. And sometimes you may want to slide your defense to the left or the right if you see that they're doing stuff. They're blitzing and things like that. Here, we're going to wait for that route to develop. It looked like it was Moreno there. I would say not too often I actually pass to the tight end out here on the wheel route. But in that time, the route, we just had to wait for it to develop, but Wes Welker was there. It looked like they were playing a zone on that one. And sometimes I like to keep Decker's route the same over there, but sometimes I'll curl the square receiver on the left-hand side just so he doesn't bring the defense up there where Welker eventually could be this time. And I had to get it. I should have got rid of it quicker, but it looks like the wheel or the angle route was there. This time it looks like they're blitzing, so I see their safeties blitzing up. I see that the coverage on the left-hand side is far off, so I'm actually just going to do a kind of a max protection on the left-hand side, and we're going to hit Demarius Thomas on this curl route. That could have been a little dangerous, as it looks like Tamba Hali kind of dropped back in coverage, so you got to be careful on that one. It looks like they're blitzing again. So I'm going to give me some max protection on the left-hand side. This time I'll put Thomas out on the wheel route as a safety valve. And there we go. So reading the defense again. But of all these plays, just fool around with them, see what works for you. One other variation to it would be sending. I'm sorry, let me reset that because I went too fast. Would be sending Thomas, the tight end, on that option route that I've been teaching you guys throughout the series. So hot route R1, and then we're going to hit L2 for the option route. And this way he's either going to, kind of do a curl about 2-3 yards deep, or he's going to break it out to the right, which is a great man beater. In this case, he's going to break it out to the right, and first down. So again, fool around with those, and let's get on to the next play. Don't want to spend any more time on this one. Practice options, and choose new play. And as since I've started this series, I've been picking up on more plays. So there are some I'm going to introduce you guys to that may not be as polished, but I've been finding that they work pretty well. The next one is the close corner. And I kind of just stumbled on this play, so it's the play right in the middle of your screen. But I really have been enjoying this one when I need a first down. The main target is going to be X, Wes Welker, and you can't really tell by the play art, but he's kind of going to do like a fake to the right and then come back in the middle type route, and that's where I've been finding it's very helpful. I still like to do the same thing with Julius Thomas, the tight end in the backfield, send him on a wheel route. And in this case, I usually block Moreno, my halfback, just for some extra protection because this route for that Welker's going to run does take a little while to develop. So sometimes you might even want to block Julius Thomas, the tight end. But again, it's a great zone beater. You just got to be patient and find your holes in the middle of the zone right there. I found one, and I think I find that more people that I play online do tend to run zone more so than man. So this play is pretty good. Looks like a blitz here. I probably could have hit circle there. I kind of panicked, and that's another option that you have. Is the circle route Eric Decker and sometimes even Demarius Thomas. In this case, now you see the defenders playing off on the left-hand side. He's too close to the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, too close to the quarterback to do a curl route. But I like to do an out route in this situation. So, they played it tough there, but Eric Decker's wide open, and we're gonna get inside the red zone on that play. Um, let's see what they're giving us. In this case, I would keep Demarius where he is. He might even be open because look how close they're playing. No safety help up there. In this play, it looks like they may possibly blitz. And I found Demarius. Probably could have passed that a little better, and I'm not sure if they would have gave him the first down there or not. But this play they're blitzing, so I'm going to go max protection in my backfield, and somebody should definitely be open on this play. It looks like Welker will be there, but that one little just brief, that in and out, you can't tell that it's going to do it by the play art, but it's there, and it's a nice play. Again, they're playing off Demarius, so we're going to do that out route there, and looks like Decker should be open this time. And we're going to score there for a touchdown. So this is, as I said, it's a new play. I haven't fully been able to um, play around with it, but it seems to work whenever I use it. I wouldn't dare to call it a money play, but it's good. And let me see. I think there's one more in the split redskin that we're going to do today. Kind of drawing a blank here. Actually, there's two more that I can roll with. So we all kind of know like we're gonna go with Y shallow cross here, and then I might even touch on mesh really quick. But it's a play that a lot of people run where the person on the right in this case is going to be Decker is going to kind of motion inside and then go out, and for the most part, in that other play that I just mentioned, Wes Welker on the other play that I'm not going to run it now that I think about it, but Wes Welker would go kind of up and then out, and it's kind of predictable because at least for me, I know when I see a wide receiver on the outside motion in, I'm always guarding that kind of outward slant route. So he's not doing it on this play. But I kind of like it's kind of reverse here is where we're going to send that outside receiver in the motion in, but instead of going to Welker because he's going to the left as well, we're going to look for Julius Thomas. And in this one, you don't have to do any type of changing at all, and you got to make a quick decision. But a big tight end like Julius Thomas, Gronk, uh, Jimmy Graham, those guys, Antonio Gates, they're not going to drop the ball, but you got to expect them to get hit, and you got again make a quick decision. But look at that. I mean, as long as they're catching traffic is pretty good. And again, I'm not doing anything to this play. Some cases I might put Demarius Thomas over on the left hand side, might put him on an out route. But this is just, it's kind of basic Madden. And if you have, he should have caught that. If you have a faster tight end, he's going to be able to outrun the linebacker that's over there in coverage. Now it's not going to be open all the time. As you see, it wasn't there, and I'm fucked. And Peyton Manning's going to take a big loss. If you had a mobile quarterback, you probably could have escaped that. But again, just quick 5 yards. He's getting lit up over there by Justin Houston. And if you beat them enough times with it, as I probably should have thrown that earlier, real quick, I'll go to it, and I really want to just I really want to say that you got to be cautious with this type of play because I read it all the time, and I'm not sure who you guys are playing against, but for the majority, see, we're going to pick mesh now, and um, Welker will probably be open. I'll even put Julius Thomas in that wheel route now. And if you throw them that one look enough times, they might fall for it, and you can hit Welker over here. But again, I really, when I see an outside receiver motion inward, that's the first thing that I expect is this route that Welker's doing. So in this case, there you go. You'll have two options. So kind of fool around with those two plays. It's always good to throw the same type of look at somebody two different ways, two different times, and have them guessing on what exactly you're going to be doing. Real quick, we'll run through one more play in the split Redskin. If I can find it here, it is, where are you? Where are you? Close fullback trail. And this is kind of just like any other trail play, except for it's not actually going to be with a fullback. So I'm going to block Moreno, Demarius Thomas out route to the left. And, you first want to look and see if Decker gets open. Um, and then if not, and this is a good man beater, if not, you're probably going to see Julius Thomas. They're blitzing like crazy, so I got to dump it off quicker than I would like to. But this is kind of just like any other trail route. It's just a little nicer because um, it's with a fullback, or I'm sorry, not a fullback, but a tight end who's probably going to be able to catch it more and more than a fullback. But it works, and so again, I said I'm not going to spend too much time on it. So, as always, make sure I really insist. And that time I went to Welker because I had protection and the route developed, and it seems like those kind of I call them square routes. It's just a up and either to the left or to the right. Seems like those work a lot this year as long as you have the time to get the pass off. Those routes really work. You probably see the one that I run, and I'll talk about it, or I'll get to it in the series. The one that I run on my Ultimate Team videos with Kelvin Johnson is just money. It's just money, and a lot of these other routes seem to be as well. So, with that being said, we're going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I hope it's being helpful for you. I've had somebody or a couple people in the comments ask if I'm going to do this with other playbooks once I'm done with this one. To be perfectly honest, I don't think so, because I'm probably not going to switch playbooks through the rest of this Madden, and I just want to keep perfecting the one that I'm using. So that's probably not going to happen. I apologize. But, I mean, look in the playbooks that you like. Look for these similar types of plays and routes because there's a lot of universality, and I know that's not a word. I don't think it is, at least, but I just made it up, so what? But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of these plays and routes they may be labeled different, but they're in a lot of playbooks, so I'm sure you can find what work, mix and match plays that I'm telling you, plus plays that work for you, and use them to your advantage. And so X is a lot more open than I expected him to be. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm out, guys. We'll be back with more shotgun plays very soon in episode 7. And I really do thank you guys for watching. It's Popular Stranger. Peace.